Good afternoon and welcome to the 2016-2017 Public Runs Crew Safety Briefing. Hi, I'm John Broman, Public Run Coordinator for Maricopa Live Steamers. This is a safety briefing to provide our guests with a safe and enjoyable experience. Remember, when speaking to the public, the operative word is please. Our pre-run. Trains are to be staged in the coach yard before noon, fueled, oiled, and safety checked. This will be done by the hostlers or run crew. The conductor alarms must be attached and tested as well as the digital speedometers. Each open route should be pre-run and logged in the run sheet before noon. Look for and remove debris and set switches for the route. Station procedures. The station master is in charge. The entire train must be safely checked throughout the day, looking for loose couplers and any other safety items. Trains are to load and unload on track 1 when possible. You should be familiar with the turnout controls in the station. There is a new track turnout issues board in the crew area of the station shed. All issues must be posted here and will be checked the following day by the track crews. If any track issues occur, either have them checked or report to the station master to possibly close that route to the public. Please do not have loud, improper, or club issue discussions in the crew waiting area located adjacent to the station master desk. Greet guests as they arrive and answer any questions they have while waiting for the next train. Remember, our passengers must be able to walk and board the train without assistance. If passengers with disabilities are unable to comply, try to arrange a private train ride. When carrying small children, adults must be asked if the child can walk, or they cannot ride the train. Proper attire and footwear is required. No bare feet. Run crews. Each crew is responsible for their train. Check your speedometer and conductor alarms for proper function when you take over the train. Also confirm you have a working re-railer and first aid kit on the conductor card. If not, it's to be reported on the run log. If you have a concern, please speak with the members privately and away from guests. If needed, involve the station master or a board member. This is a family-friendly club and mutual respect must be shown at all times. Other members and crew are not to reseat occupants. 21 comfortably seated with up to 6 per beam car maximum. Normally, guests do not have to be seated in the center of the beam car, since the trucks are at the far ends providing balance and stability. Slow and safe is the order of the day. The crew may have been out on that run 5 times that day, but for many guests, it is their first trip, and we would like them to fully enjoy it. The mainline speed is 5 miles an hour, and yard and diverging routes are 3 miles an hour. Maximum. No exceptions. Plan your speed as you approach grades such as Artruth, Fritzy's Corning, and Martin's Ferry. Your GPS speedometer will assist in keeping within the speed limits. The engineer must observe the upcoming switches, and if not set correctly or the points are not making contact with the guide rail, have your conductor reset the switch. Or you may have to set the parking brake and or shut down the engine while out of the engineer seat. Do not leave the engineer seat with the engine running for any reason. If you need to start the engine with the train already loaded, be seated with your hand on the controls before turning the key. Remember when backing to consider any switches under the entire train so we do not split the cars causing a derail. Always reduce the speed to 3 miles an hour or less on a facing point move. Basically, means if you go straight through a switch, you may maintain your speed. If you take a divulging route, reduce speed to 3 miles an hour or less. The conductor is to watch the passengers while the engineer watches the route, signals, speed, switches, and communicates on the radio. All crew members must be using the proper radio frequency. Shouting at other crew members does not present a professional appearance. If you feel a tug on the train or hear a wheel noise, stop and communicate with the conductor to visually inspect the train. Inform passengers to stay seated and follow crew directions. Check the surrounding areas for any possible desert creatures that may present a hazard to our guests. Inform station master if the train will be delayed to reroute other traffic. Do not stop the train in the tunnel with the engine running, as carbon monoxide will build up. Carry blue blocks in the train to mark the track where you have a problem. And remember to mark it on the whiteboard in the freight shed. Incident reports must be filled out with all the requested information at the time of the incident. Injury accidents are to be called to the club president as soon as possible. Forms are in the station master book. First aid supplies are to be handed to the guest or adult guardian and not applied by our volunteers. Junior Engineer School. We are in our 5th season of presenting it to the public, and it is very popular. It is run on track 4 most public run Sundays. Remember to have fun. We are here sharing our hobby with the public, and we would like them to see us in the best way possible. If you have a bad day, it reflects on our entire club. Remember, when asked about the club, to share that we are all volunteers. Many guests are surprised to hear that and assume we are paid staff. If the public asks about becoming a member, refer them to the station master or board member if you are busy with your job function. Provide them with a membership packet, which is kept in the station master desk or at Junior Engineer School. Please sign the attendance sheet at the conclusion of this presentation. Thank you.